Tupac got caught on TMZ in 2009 after he burnt his fingerprints off and everybody seen him, right? The LAPD went out and covered that shit up. Look it up on TMZ. Look it up. Go look it up yourself. Go look it up yourself. You think I'm scared of you?
Stop everything. Because what just came out of Katt Williams' mouth has detonated the internet in a way we have not seen since the first whispers about Tupac Shakur's death began circulating decades ago. This is not a rumor. This is not a recycled conspiracy. This is a full-blown cultural earthquake. In a moment that insiders are calling too raw to be accidental, Katt Williams allegedly addressed the swirling claims that Ali Carter is Tupac's biological daughter, and the reaction has been nuclear. Social media timelines froze, blogs scrambled, comment sections imploded. Because if what's being hinted at is even partially true, this doesn't just rewrite hip-hop history, it rewires it. For years, Ali Carter has been dismissed, debated, defended, dragged, and dissected across the internet. She's made explosive claims about the industry. She's alleged unspeakable things. She's said names people are afraid to whisper. And now, tied to the center of her story, is one of the most mythologized figures in music history. Tupac. Alive, dead, hidden, protected, and Katt Williams, a man known for lighting matches in rooms filled with gasoline, has now entered the chat. Insiders claim he didn't laugh it off. He didn't mock it. He didn't dismiss it. He said something that has people spiraling. Because if Katt knows something, if he's confirming whispers that the industry allegedly buried, then this isn't just a paternity rumor. This is a generational secret. And the most chilling part? There are allegedly recordings. There are alleged messages. There are alleged conversations that never made it to air. And if those receipts drop, nothing about this story will ever be the same. The room was already tense before he said it. Katt Williams was mid-rant, sharp, surgical, dismantling Hollywood illusions the way only he can. When the conversation swerved toward conspiracy, legacy, and unfinished business, the interviewer laughed nervously. The audience shifted. And then Katt leaned forward. "They hide bloodlines," he allegedly said. Not a joke, not a punchline, a statement. Within minutes, clips were circulating across TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Slow-motion edits, dramatic zoom-ins, commentators screaming in all caps. Because when you say they hide bloodlines in the same breath as Tupac Shakur, the internet doesn't blink. It explodes. Now let's rewind. Ali Carter has spent years making incendiary claims about powerful figures, secret circles, and systemic protection. She has alleged abuse. She has named names. She has said things that most people won't even type into a search bar. And at the center of her most shocking revelation, the claim that she is Tupac's biological daughter. For years, that claim was dismissed as delusion, until Katt spoke. According to insiders present during the taping, when asked directly about Ali's claims, Katt didn't roll his eyes. He didn't pivot. He didn't clown her. Instead, he reportedly said, "Some of y'all know exactly who your daddy is, and some of y'all were told who to call daddy." That line alone shattered timelines. Because what does that even mean? Was he implying paternity manipulation, industry interference, a cover-up that stretches back decades? Then came the follow-up that has people spiraling. They don't protect people, they protect legacies. Legacies. Not individuals. Not families. Legacies. And if Tupac's legacy is one of the most sacred in hip-hop history, what would exposing a hidden daughter do to that mythos? Here's where it gets darker. An alleged behind-the-scenes source claims that after cameras cut, Katt reportedly told someone off mic, "You'll better stop playing with that girl." That statement reframed everything, because it suggests he believes Ali isn't lying. Now let's be crystal clear. There is no verified proof that Ali Carter is Tupac's daughter. But in a culture fueled by breadcrumbs and body language, tone matters. And Katt's tone wasn't dismissive. It was deliberate. Then the alleged leaked message surfaced. A screenshot, unverified but viral, shows a message supposedly from someone connected to Katt's camp saying, "He's been trying to tell y'all." Trying to tell y'all what? That Ali's bloodline is real? That there's more to Tupac's disappearance than the official narrative? Because yes, the other half of this storm is even more explosive. Ali hasn't just claimed Tupac is her father. She's claimed he's alive, hidden, protected, and that if he doesn't acknowledge her, she will expose everything. That threat alone has conspiracy corners of the internet in full meltdown mode. Then came the alleged industry reactions. One music executive reportedly texted a blogger, "This is dangerous territory." Dangerous. Not laughable. Not ridiculous. Dangerous. Because if Ali's claims gain credibility through someone like Katt Williams, that's not fringe anymore. That's mainstream conversation. Then social media detonated. Hashtags demanding DNA tests trended. Old interviews resurfaced. Fans analysed facial features side by side in viral split-screen videos. TikTok experts broke down timelines of Tupac's alleged final days. Conspiracy channels gained thousands of subscribers overnight. And then someone posted something chilling. A clip of Tupac from years ago saying, "You can't hide the truth forever." Was it coincidence? Or foreshadowing? Meanwhile, Ali went live, emotional, angry, vindicated. She didn't name Katt directly, but she said, "People with voices are starting to speak." That sentence felt like confirmation without confirmation. And here's where it gets even more volatile. One anonymous insider claims there was once an invitation extended to both Katt and Ali to attend a private industry gathering, described online as Illuminati-coded, though there's no proof of that label, and that decisions had to be made. If that rumour is fiction, it's elaborate. If it's not, it's explosive, because that suggests proximity, connection, shared knowledge. And then there's the nurse swap story. Ali claims she was switched at birth, that she lost contact with her biological family, that there are records buried in hospital archives. People laughed at that narrative for years, until now. Because when someone like Katt Williams, who has a reputation for exposing uncomfortable truths, enters the conversation without mocking it, the energy shifts. Suddenly, skeptics are cautious. Believers are emboldened. And the Tupac myth reopens like an old wound. Then came the alleged recording. A blogger claims to have audio of Katt saying privately, "Some truths don't come out until the gatekeepers fall." If that recording is real and ever surfaces publicly, it will not just fuel speculation. It will ignite it. Because gatekeepers implies obstruction. Obstruction implies cover-up. And cover-up implies motive. Now, the question isn't just whether Ali is Tupac's daughter. It's who benefits from denying it. Who benefits from silence. Who benefits from myth over messy reality. And the most chilling part of all? According to one insider, there are people in Tupac's extended circle who have known about Ali for years. If that's true, the betrayal isn't just paternity, it's erasure. And as the internet spirals deeper into theory and counter-theory, one thing is undeniable. Katt didn't close the door on this story, he cracked it open. And if more voices follow his lead, the next revelation won't just trend, it will shake an entire generation's understanding of hip-hop history. The crack in the door didn't stay small, it splintered. Within 24 hours of Katt Williams' alleged comments circulating, 3 separate bloggers claimed they were contacted by people close to the situation, warning them to tread lightly. Not debunking, not laughing, warning. That alone sent conspiracy corners of the internet into a frenzy. Because if the claim that Ali Carter is Tupac Shakur's daughter was completely baseless, why would anyone care enough to issue quiet warnings? Then came the alleged industry call. One entertainment reporter said on a live stream that a well-known West Coast producer phoned him directly and said, "You don't want to be the one who pushes that narrative." Pushes it, not disproves it, pushes it. The language felt calculated. And then, the social media chaos escalated to DEFCON 1. A viral thread comparing Ali's facial structure to Tupac's younger photos hit 5 million views in under 12 hours. Side-by-side images, bone structure breakdowns, eye spacing analysis, amateur forensic breakdowns like something out of a crime documentary. The comments were war. Half the internet screamed coincidence, the other half screamed bloodline. Then something even more chilling happened. An old interview clip resurfaced of Tupac saying, "If I have kids, I want them protected." Protected. That word is gasoline in this narrative. Because Ali's entire story revolves around protection and cover-ups, and when she went live again, her tone was different, less frantic, more controlled. She said, "Truth has a season." 3 words. No elaboration. But people interpreted it as a countdown. Then a new alleged leak hit the blogs. A screenshot of what appeared to be a text exchange between a person claiming to be connected to Katt and an unnamed recipient. The message read, "He didn't confirm, he acknowledged." Acknowledged. That distinction is subtle but powerful. Confirmation is legal. Acknowledgement is emotional. Did Katt acknowledge that Ali's claim isn't random? Did he signal that she's closer to truth than people realize? Because insiders claim that during a private after-show gathering, someone directly asked Katt if he believed Ali was Tupac's daughter. His alleged response, "I believe in receipts." Receipts. That word electrified everything, because Ali has repeatedly threatened to drop proof if she's pushed too far. Proof of paternity, proof of survival, proof of location, and that's where this story shifts from shocking to seismic. Because the second half of Ali's claim is even more destabilizing than the first. She hasn't just said Tupac is her father. She has said he is alive. Alive. Hidden. Operating under protection. When those words collide with decades of unresolved questions about his death, the internet combusts. Conspiracy channels began trending again. Old Las Vegas footage resurfaced. TMZ clips from 2009 were dissected frame by amateur sleuths claiming to spot him in crowds. Every blurry image became evidence. Every unverified rumor became gospel in certain circles. And here's where it got even messier. A retired radio personality tweeted cryptically, "Some secrets stay buried for a reason." Deleted within minutes. But not before screenshots froze it in time. Meanwhile, celebrity reactions started fanning flames. A rapper who once collaborated with Tupac posted a vague Instagram story, "Let legends rest." Was it dismissal or warning? A comedian subtly backed Katt, tweeting, "The truth ain't funny till it's proven." That tweet gained traction fast, and then came the alleged meltdown. A source claiming proximity to Ali said that after Katt's comments went viral, Ali received multiple calls from unknown numbers. The source described her as shaken but energized. Shaken by what? Threats, pressure, or validation? Because if someone with Katt's platform legitimizes even a fraction of her narrative, the stakes change. Then a bombshell rumor hit. An anonymous insider claimed that there was once an internal discussion within Tupac's extended circle about a potential paternity issue years ago. No documentation, no proof, just a whisper. But in the age of viral momentum, whispers move like wildfire. And then someone asked the question that froze everyone. If Ali is telling the truth, why hasn't there been a public DNA test demand? Silence from Tupac's estate has been consistent. No statement, no denial, no acknowledgement, just quiet. And in scandal culture, silence is suspicious because you deny lies quickly, you ignore absurdity. But when something lingers unanswered for too long, it mutates. Then came the alleged audio clip. A podcaster claimed to have heard Katt say privately, "If that girl drops what she says she has, it's going to get loud. Going to get loud. That implies impact. And impact implies substance. Now, skeptics are pushing back hard. They argue that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. They demand birth records, hospital documentation, DNA confirmation. They point out that there is no verified proof linking Ali biologically to Tupac, and they are right to question. But in the court of public opinion, tone often outweighs documentation. And Katt's tone wasn't mocking, it wasn't dismissive, it was measured. That's what changed the temperature. Now the narrative is no longer crazy internet theory. It's, what does Katt know? And if he knows something, who else knows? Because every industry secret has layers. And if bloodlines were allegedly manipulated, if hospital records were allegedly altered, if identities were allegedly obscured, that requires coordination. Coordination implies involvement. Involvement implies motive. And motive is where the conspiracy deepens. Is it about protecting Tupac's myth? Is it about shielding powerful names from collateral fallout? Is it about preserving a legacy too sacred to complicate? Or is it simply the internet building castles out of smoke? One thing is undeniable. Since Katt spoke, the conversation has shifted from fringe to mainstream, and insiders are now whispering that there's a private meeting being planned between Ali and someone tied to Tupac's camp. If that meeting happens. If it leaks, if even a photo surfaces of them in the same room, the internet will not survive it quietly. Because this story isn't cooling down, it's escalating. And the next revelation, whether confirmation or collapse, will define whether this was a cultural reckoning. Or the wildest rumour the internet has ever amplified. The private meeting rumour didn't fade. It intensified. Within 48 hours of whispers about a potential sit-down between Ali Carter and someone allegedly tied to Tupac Shakur's extended circle, a blurry photo surfaced online, no faces clearly visible, just two silhouettes seated across from each other in what looked like a dim restaurant booth in Los Angeles. The caption? History in the making. No confirmation, no context. But the internet didn't need either. Because by now, the narrative had grown teeth. And then Katt Williams spoke again, not directly about paternity, not directly about survival, but about silence. In a live Q&A that viewers described as too intentional to be random, Katt reportedly said, "When truth knocks, people panic." Panic. That word shifted the mood instantly. Because panic implies fear. Fear implies vulnerability. And vulnerability implies something to lose. If Ali's claim is false, there is no reason for panic. If it's even partially true, the implications are seismic. Then came the alleged voice recording. A gossip channel claimed to have obtained a short audio clip of a man alleged to be Katt saying, "Legacy is currency. You don't devalue it without a reason." If authentic, that line is nuclear, because it suggests that protecting Tupac's legacy may have required decisions. Decisions about identity, about narrative, about who gets acknowledged. Meanwhile, Ali went silent. No lives, no posts, no fiery monologues. That silence was louder than anything she had said before. Supporters framed it as strategic. Skeptics framed it as retreat. But then a cryptic post appeared on her story. A black screen, white text. Receipts age well. 3 words. And the internet spiraled again. Because if she truly has documentation, birth records, hospital files, DNA evidence, then why wait? And that's when a new twist emerged. An entertainment lawyer speaking anonymously on a podcast said, "Paternity claims involving deceased estates are legally complex, especially when there are financial implications." Financial implications. That phrase injected a new layer of suspicion. Is this about inheritance? Is it about access to Tupac's estate? Or is it about recognition? Because Ali has repeatedly framed her demand not as money, all but as validation. Validation that would retroactively legitimize everything she said about systemic cover-ups. Then came the celebrity reactions. A veteran rapper tweeted, "Don't play with Pac's name." Fans interpreted it as dismissal. Others interpreted it as defense. A comedian subtly defended Katt, saying, "He don't speak on nothing he ain't heard twice." That tweet trended for hours, because if Katt has heard something twice, that implies corroboration. And corroboration suggests shared knowledge. Then the estate's silence became deafening. No press release, no denial, no acknowledgement, just stillness. And in the digital age, stillness breeds speculation. Because when a rumor threatens to rewrite history, silence feels strategic. Then the most chilling rumor yet surfaced. An alleged insider claimed that years ago, there was a quiet legal inquiry regarding a potential child connected to Tupac. No public records, no confirmed filings, just a whisper. But if that whisper has even a grain of truth, it changes everything. Because that means the possibility was acknowledged internally, and if it was acknowledged internally, then someone knew. Then someone else posted something that froze timelines. An old interview clip of Tupac saying, "You can't hide forever." Context irrelevant. Timing devastating. The clip circulated like prophecy. Now skeptics continue to push back hard. They demand hard evidence. DNA testing. Official documentation. Not vibes, not tone, not conspiratorial breadcrumbs. And they are right to demand proof. But here's the uncomfortable truth. This story isn't trending because of documents. It's trending because of doubt. Because when someone like Katt Williams refuses to dismiss something outright, it destabilizes certainty. And when uncertainty surrounds a cultural icon as mythologized as Tupac, the ground shakes. Now insiders are whispering about one final move. A potential legal request for DNA testing through estate channels. If that happens publicly, the media storm will be catastrophic. If it's denied, conspiracy theories will multiply. If it's accepted, history could fracture. Because a confirmed biological daughter would not just alter Tupac's legacy, it would alter decades of narrative. And this is the most explosive possibility, if evidence ever surfaced suggesting Tupac is alive, the cultural fallout would be apocalyptic. Right now, we have no verified proof of that. But the fact that the conversation is being entertained at mainstream levels is unprecedented. Katt's role in this isn't about confirmation. It's about ignition. He didn't declare Ali Tupac's daughter. He didn't validate survival claims outright, but he refused to trivialize them. And in celebrity culture, refusal to trivialize is gasoline. So now we stand at a crossroads. Either this collapses under the weight of lack of evidence, or it escalates into one of the most shocking revelations in entertainment history. Because if Ali drops receipts, if Katt elaborates, if someone from Tupac's circle breaks silence, the internet won't just debate, it will detonate. And until then, every cryptic post, every vague statement, every silence will be dissected like scripture, because when bloodline meets legacy meets conspiracy, the story doesn't fade quietly. It either implodes, or it rewrites history. If you've made it this far, then you already feel it. This isn't just another internet rumor. This is one of those stories that could either collapse into nothing, or explode into something that rewrites hip-hop history forever. So now I need to hear from you. Do you think Katt was hinting at something real? Or was this another case of the internet running wild with a soundbite? Do you believe Ali has actual receipts? And if she does, should she drop them? Or is this a line that should never be crossed? Because let's be honest, if even one verified document surfaces, if even one credible insider confirms something tangible, this conversation is going to go from viral to historic overnight. And you do not want to be the last person trying to catch up when that happens. If you're locked in on every twist, every cryptic post, every alleged leak, then hit that like button right now so this conversation reaches everyone trying to piece this together. Drop your unfiltered thoughts in the comments. I'm reading everything. And most importantly, subscribe and turn on notifications. Because if Katt speaks again, if Ali drops receipts, or if someone from Tupac's circle finally breaks their silence, you're going to want to be right here when it happens. Stay